What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Dima, gangster music. Azealia Banks is quite interesting, and I would say delusional, to say the least. But like my dad used to tell me, a broken clock is right twice a day. And Azealia Banks is on to something because she talks about that black men in hip hop are afraid of one another and even believe that taking each other's lives is a badge of honor. I want to reflect back in the 80s when I came up in two different distinct neighborhoods. I grew up in South Central in Compton, and then when I migrated to Sacramento, I later grew up in Del Paso Heights. And I can remember those men who were from the first Great Migration to California, those who came from Alabama, those who came from Arkansas, the Mississippis. Many of them came to McClellan Air Force Base. Many people came to Oakland to work in, the seashores men at Stee or at Chemico, places like that. I can remember how black men used to interact with one another. They were glad to see each other. You saw a lot of black people at that time doing business through the church. So if you had a mechanic shop, if you had a beauty salon, just things like that, because you typically still, even though you can go anywhere in Sacramento, you did a lot of your business with the blacks. People would look out for you. It was the old Southern hospitality. But I noticed that things started to change, especially when I started to see people from my neighborhood who their family came in together, they started beefing with each other. I'll give you an example. My brother Shamar, he comments here on YouTube. He lived in a neighborhood called Strawberry Manors. And Strawberry Manors and Del Paso Heights is like right next to each other. Our families were best friends. Okay, we all came from the same place. Mobile, Louisiana, Natchitoches, okay, Shreveport, Port Arthur, Texas. Now, by the time my generation came, those guys was killing each other, and their grandmas was best friends. Their grandmas used to go to Union Baptist together, Macedonian Baptist Church together, Shiloh together. All right, that's how bad it was that time. And many of you guys who live in Black America, you have the same experience. And so what happens is that a lot of these black men have forgotten how to be friends, how to understand one another. And because they're afraid of that, they've been taught to hate each other. Killing a black man is a badge of honor. And not only that, it's monetizable. Okay. And you know what? Azealia Banks, I would have to say, is right. And I want to listen to what she says in a particular segment here. Sad music. No, really, black men. Why are you guys so afraid of one another? Why do you think killing one of your own is a badge of honor? You guys definitely aren't carrying guns to defend yourself from the white men or police. You are all actually scared to death of white men and the police. Stop the show. She's right. Okay. Very, very right. There are gang members I heard that said, hey, listen, when it came to shooting one another, we would stand there and pop the gun. But if one police car came by, we're running. All right. Sad music. You're carrying guns to protect yourselves from one another. It's actually the most asinine logic ever. Why are black men, especially in hip hop, so scared of one another? Serious question. That is because black men in America have not been taught by their families or by the system to love one another and have respect for one another. I'm gonna tell you one thing. When I was coming up in the black community, my mom watched every video. She would never comment, but if she could, she'll tell you, listen, get up out of here. Don't trust these Negroes. All right. Get up out of Del Paso Heights. I moved back to Compton in my early 20s. She got me the hell up out of there. I was there with my dad. You need to go out and do some things in the greater America. That's the best advice she can give me. That's all she knew, right? What she didn't understand is that my people have given me everything that I have right now. Black men. I literally got everything I've gotten from African-American black men and other brothers from other places in the black community that have been able to retire me from having to work a job because my people support me. And this is the reason why, as much as I may talk stuff about situations about the African-American community, I'm a big critic. I can never take that away from African-Americans because they are the ones that gave me what I have. And I'll always be thankful for that. I will never discount that. Okay. And the reality is, as black men, we have to understand that we are the leaders of any community. We are the ones that build economies. We are the ones that keep money circulating in those communities. And we are the ones that have to respect each other's talent. But when you don't know any other way, or you come from resources that are lacking, and again, it's the system's fault. And it's also our fault too, because we don't teach our black men that they have to get along. We don't teach our young boys to respect each other as men and their roles in the community. So when that is not taught to them, they become what society predicts will become, which are destroyers of the community, and they destroy themselves. I have friends, you know, like that were gangsters and they got kids now, and maybe even they've changed. Their sons are doing the same thing that they was doing because they never have taught their children the right way. And I'm gonna tell you, it's up to us to teach our kids, even in the black manosphere. There's some drama that goes on here and there, but at least on the very micro level, you see black men that have come together and have created somewhat of an economy here on the YouTube platform, social media platform. You've seen it with me, guys like Kevin, guys like BGS, guys like Obsidian, communities. You see there's conferences. Because when black men come together, you can start solving some of the problems, okay? When the men are taken out of the equation, and better yet, when your own men take your own men out of the equation, even better. Look at YNW Melly, or YMN Melly, whatever his name is, that guy. The guy that killed his friend. You know, we have to learn that our men are the ones that build for the communities. We look at our men as enemies, when our men are not enemies. Our men are that's who our loyalty is at. We gotta teach our young kids that the guy who's gonna be in your next business is possibly gonna be another black man. And when we come back to the black community, our people are the ones that are gonna give us a chance to do something. I'm over here in Africa right now, largely because of, don't get me wrong, my own efforts, but because my community can support me. They support what I do. But we don't teach our black people and our black children, our black youth, that you can monetize from your own people as long as you're good. Your people are your ticket out. But what folks think is, I have to destroy myself and my people to get it out. I have to be an enemy. I have to rap about my murder, like Lil Durk. Lil Durk allegedly killed some lady 7 years ago. I don't know if it's true, but blogs are saying that. Okay. And this whole rap music, you know, you got to basically be out here rapping about, that's the only way you can make it. Lack of confidence. You have a lot of young black men that don't believe in themselves, and it's petty, right? But it's up to black men who are the best and brightest of our community to show people how to treat our men. Set the standard on how the men are supposed to respect not only themselves, but other women. How to build your communities. You know, when you see trash and stuff, some of these urban black cities and cities in Philadelphia, cities in Houston, Texas, these guys don't have anything, okay, that gets them to take care of their stuff. Like the old guys of the past. Have pride in where you live. Have pride in wanting to help other brothers go to the next level. We don't do that. We need to, we don't. And some of us are doing that. I will give some of the brothers a shout out, but this is why. And slowly we are going to change that narrative, because young black men in hip hop could be making more money collaborating, but they're rapping about destroying each other. And that comes from lack of home training. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I already appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.